I need to go to the gym. Pretzel, 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 pretzel. I feel so bloated. Gluten, 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 gluten. All right,
You want some bite?
Nah. It's cockroach territory. Literally in between your fingers. You want the last bite? No, Itchy, you want the last bite? You trying to do me? What's good, y'all? We were writing down our definition of what love is patient and love is kindness. Let me invite the girlies to the party.
Michael, Kaden.
Are they still asleep? They don't suggest none of my girlies.
Any of those children.
Like,
I think I'll get it myself.
these are my,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, my recent girlies. See, like, if you invite people to the live who actually come to lives, then those people, if they see you're on live, may come to your live, but they rarely suggest people who interact with me on an everyday basis. There's so many of y'all in the community. I need Queen Mother. I think there is a sympathy select. I can go get rid of her because I don't think she's gonna come.
Now I can't open the
I am over here inviting people to my live like this is exclusive invite. This is one day it's gonna be an exclusive invite for me to let you in. Hey Regina, how you doing, girl? We in here talking about talking crazy stuff. So if you're in the community, then you know. But if you're in the community around my spiritual ascensions time, it got a little wild. So we're talking about that era. But first we were talking about our definitions of what patient love and love kindness is. And so, because we're redefining love for ourselves because we both admitted or acknowledge that we have love growth potential. I'm doing it at 40 something, she's doing it at 19. So we are strengthening our love definition. And so we went to 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. And you wrote down the 15 attributes. Love is patient, love is kind, yada yada. Go read it. But tonight, how are you, Metra? Hey, boo, hey. I was like, my girl Metra gonna pull through and double tap the screen. And so, anyway, love is patient. I said for my definition, an expression of patient love. And we made some rules. So one of the rules was our definitions need to be how can we improve ourselves, how can we improve others, and how can we improve circumstances. All right, so 3 new definitions of what love, patience, expression looks like. And so I said, takes time to listen and see what's going on before reacting. Because as mothers and as spouses, and just as humans, but those two are the trigger points, right? You know, as mothers and spouses, we just come into a situation and we react. We don't think, we just react. And so I owe it to myself, as me redefining what patient love looks like, to go into a situation, ask some questions, assess what's going on. Because Spirit just said, I ain't got to ask a kid nothing. You do. Otherwise, you're going to react. And your kid is sitting there saying, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. You don't like being accused of things that you didn't do. And the person in front of you looking at you like, I know you did it. And you're like, I didn't do it. But that just takes you back to childhood where your parents were like, I know you did it. So just make sure you're not a type of parent
to crucify your children.
To crucify your child. I done made a point so much so that my kid done turned against me. So, you want me to share yours?
Yeah.
All right, my second one, patience is being present and allowing the moment to happen. So, I was in the line at Circle K, And, you know, this dude, he's lonely. Okay. And, you know, this dude, he's lonely. He ain't got nothing else to do.
Honestly, I need you to be better with your lens of other people. Maybe
he's expressive.
We just need a more mellow word than low vibrational, lonely, you know.
But why is lonely low vibrational? What is the expression of lonesomeness? You're only
better. I just feel like lonely is very dragging and very.
So if I can figure out a way to positively express that word, because I can go reach for some random word that has no energy, melancholy. I might be melancholy. What the fuck does that mean? Or let me figure out how to use lonely in a way that people can attach to it, but I can use it to uplift them.
That sounds better, because I don't want it to be like...
So if this young man is expressing lonesomeness, he is expressing the desire to communicate with others.
Exactly.
He's desiring to, thank you for growing my vocabulary.
Instead of you being like, he just wanted somebody to talk to.
Hey, Coco, hey,
like,
Coco,
that sounds
hey,
very
Coco.
low. Like, that sounds like he's reaching up to people. And maybe he just gets his joy from doing this. I don't know.
Okay, so now we're reading energy. Because
you got different energy from him. You got lonely energy.
I got pick-me energy.
Boom. So there you go. You got class pet energy. You got...
Oh, I need a pen. God damn it.
Two pens right next to you.
I need a whiteboard. Let me get a whiteboard, y'all.
You don't have a whiteboard.
I have a whiteboard. I just got to erase what's on the whiteboard. Talk to the people, child, because you done spit some hot fire.
She's erasing stuff now. But, so basically, I'm on Love Does Not Envy, and I'm thinking about the embodiment of envy character that I have inside. And when I'm writing these cards, because she has mine, but when I'm writing down on these cards, I'm being mindful of what are some things that I can work on personally. Oh yeah, you do have a whiteboard.
Sis got whiteboards. What are the things you can work on personally?
Yeah, look, you want to see if we can like get to a school and see if they have extra ones.
I could ask Dr. Windsor.
They have a whole entire supply room.
I don't know what to do with that.
Lay low.
Lay low. You better lay low. Shout out to Whitney Houston. Oh, I need a marker. I had to get my supplies, y'all. Because we going to school. I hope y'all got y'all's pen and paper because we're learning tonight. I'm going to start going live, y'all. Hey, Sarah. I'm going to start going live, y'all. And we're gonna start learning. This is school. Why not? I'm a teacher. I am branding myself. Y'all know I'm always branding myself, Metra. I am the world's educator. Tell the world. LoneeAppleton. The world's educator, because I'm raising up a motherfucking world. Not a nation, a world. So get your pen and paper, because we about to pop our shit. All right. Did you share your patient of love?
No.
I said, so anyway, we got caught on calling this man lonely. He was expressing a desire to connect with other humans. Some would identify this as lonely. Melancholy. So that is a way to say up ahead what I'm trying to express, and then giving the connection points of these are the things that you may identify this as. So if I give the definition first, I'm telling you what I'm thinking, but I'm making the connection to what you're thinking by saying you may identify this as loneliness. So now I told you how to think about loneliness. Right. So there's some people out there who want to connect to other people, but they don't necessarily know how to dig into those other people and start a conversation. They want to connect with others and network and build with other people and establish ideas. Some of you may identify this as loneliness. Some of you may identify this as depression. Some of you may identify this as isolation. Some of you may identify this as melancholy. All of these different states, these words Oh, you're new to the community. I'm sorry. Sarah, I wanted to call you Sandra. Sarah, these words that we talked about the other night, they mean nothing. Because when she identified lonely and I identified lonely, we identified two different things. So these words mean nothing. So they give us these goddamn dictionaries and tell us what these words mean just so we stop thinking about what the fuck does this word actually mean. Because if we actually stop and say, what does this word mean to me, we will understand that we're sitting next to our spouses misunderstanding their definition because neither of us know how to apply something we don't believe in.
Ooh.
But when I sit down and write down what patient love expression is to me, and then she sits down and writes down what it is for her, and you and your spouse sit down and you write down what it is for you, and we get into the feeling of it, not the word, the feeling of it, all five senses, what it means to self, others, and circumstances. Now we healing some shit. Now we growing together. Now we are cleaving together and becoming one. But as long as we try to live our lives based off of their definitions, we will never figure this shit out. And I'm dealing with that with my husband because he was just like, you just be making up your own definition. Yeah, nigga, you too. Tell me what closer means. Adoy, what does closer mean? Y'all type in the chat. What does closer mean? We in school. I like participation. I'm a teacher. What does closer mean? Closer.
That's what I was thinking about. Closer means to close gaps.
To close gaps.
All right, someone said something.
Yeah, Sarah said, I've been writing my definitions. I didn't expect it to be so hard. Ooh, dig into it, baby. Love yourself.
That's so fun. If
right?
she really follows along.
Yes, and she sent a donation, so thank you.
Really?
I love a good student, Sarah. Get in the community. As long as you talk to me, I talk back. And it may change in the future, but if you have access to me and I could teach you just this much, that is the faith of a mustard seed that can move mountains and then get you to the places you need to be. You are confronting something within yourself you have never done, and you are probably a brilliant woman. Per your standards, you're a brilliant woman. I'll say you're brilliant, but I don't know you. If it makes you feel better, you're brilliant. But I don't know you, but per your standards, I bet you moving how you know how to move. You don't disappoint yourself in where you do. You're like, fuck. And you put a priority over yourself. You make an excuse for yourself. Anytime you don't rise to your personal standard of self, you make an excuse. Something else overcomes you. I was talking to a woman the other day, and she said to me, she doesn't have time for herself. 13 kids. Don't play. 13? You want 13 kids. Don't play. You think you're going to have time for yourself?
Have them to take care of me. They're going to be carrying me.
At what point?
On a wooden stake. Like, they're going to be carrying me outside.
Oh, boom, boom. No. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I want you guys to call me Queen Mother from now on.
Queen Mother?
Queen Mother. I'm not answering to anything else except for, children?
The boys are asleep.
Children?
What's the calling for now?
Children? I want to be called Queen Mother from now on because I'm a queen and I'm a mother. I want to be called Queen Mother from now on. No.
She says mom. You shouldn't even respond to that.
I shouldn't. Boom. Thank you. It was my first test and I failed. Queen
Mother, why shall I do that?
No, you ain't gotta mock me.
It's
don't
like
Queen Mother. It is. Why shall I? She don't speak that way.
All right.
She trying to talk to me all sophisticated, but you speaking broken. Whatever it is you trying to talk. So respect me. Tell her to respect me, Sarah.
What sound?
She gave me some goo wop or something. I don't know. Hey, I know. And double tap the screen. Let them know we out here. I don't know if you're going to get my live suspended. I ain't talking nothing inflammatory. So come say hi to the people.
Envy.
Okay. We going to get back focused.
When do you think the conversation is going to happen?
whenever you wanted to, because I want to teach you gratitude, because I'm very upset with you right now.
What did I do?
You didn't apologize or say thank you.
For what?
Do not give her any answers. Do not. I want to walk her down. If I tell you what to think, no. If I tell you what to think, you won't learn. So don't tell her what we about to talk about. I'm gonna talk you into it.
Adore side.
Is it? How long will you think this? Do you think this
You
will
are
be?
princess.
How do you think this long? Do you think this will?
We're vibing, so this is gonna be what it is, and you can jump into the flow at any time. Just don't put no shoes in my bed. All right, so allow myself to learn. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect process. So allowing myself to learn new things, and this is, you were saying, I didn't know it was so hard. So having patience with yourself, patience, love expression to self, because remember, our love expression is for self, for others, and for circumstances. I can't control the circumstances of my life, but how can I be patient with it? I can't control the other people in my life, but how can I be patient with them? I am teaching myself another way of thinking that I've never thought before. I've never gone past the word. I've never gone past the definition that they told me to think. So now that you're pushing past that, ooh, Coco, you were one of my great teachers. Coco and I used to have these great debates. Now we barely talk. She'd be sending me videos and I'll be like, sometimes I watch them, sometimes I don't. I watch them off of the respect that Coco is sending them to me. You earned that space in my heart. We may not, I had to tell my husband about Coco. That's how deep I was in with Coco, y'all. I was in a relationship with Coco. I was emotionally cheating because Coco was one of the first people, we was in there together, friend. Her husband was just had a nickname for me. I was so in her life, and my husband would be looking over my shoulder who you kikiing on the thing again? You were instrumental knowing where we are today, right? We didn't know what we were creating. This is why you pay attention to your fucking lives. This is why this is no longer a dictionary, it's a journal now. This is why we write everything down, because this is training us to pay attention. That is why you journal, because you have to pull it out of you. And if you get it down in writing, you can revisit it. If you speak it, then speak it. If however you get it out of you, text to speech, speech to text, get it out of you. Because this is teaching you, I don't know what my original point was, but it taught you that. Yes, we were emotionally cheating, but what you were creating is this. My ability to dive deeper, because you forced me to think differently. And so God presented a teacher that our spouses would be okay with, because I trained you for something. You just have to identify what that is. You didn't waste any time with me. Not me. We do encounter people that we waste time with, but none of you will ever waste time with me. Every word that crosses my lip is for somebody. So I have to be patient with my child who is sighing in the background, because I know, known or unknown, that is an indication that she's ready to move on to her topic point. And I want to respect that. But I also want to deliver these messages, because...
How do you respect disrespect?
By oscillating my definition of disrespect, and double tap the screen if I speak to you at any time. That's what keeps me here. Y'all interacting with each other, y'all interacting with me, y'all double tapping the screen and let me know I'm adding value to your life. You accept disrespect. One, for having a standard for disrespect. So what is my standard definition? Ooh, so standard is evolving. This is my standard definition, which means I can add to this definition, but if we don't even have a baseline of what it is, then we can't even draw no meaning from it. So we need to start our own dictionaries. If you ever say, I don't know about anything, sit your ass down and figure out why you don't know about yourself. Y'all want to walk around here calling yourselves kings and queens. Earn your crown. My children better not address me unless it's Queen Mother. And I mean it. God gave it to me and I said I like it. Queen Mother it is.
Queen Mother.
Because I have finally, it used to piss me off when people like, okay, Queen. I was like, ooh. But now I'm like, hell yeah, I'm a queen. I earned this crown. And those of you who've been in the family, you know, I earned this crown. Coco, you trained me into this space of wearing this crown. Thank you. Iron sharpens iron. You elevated me. And when you were done elevating me, we fell out of energy flow. But you're still one of my most favorite people in the world. Just because we go in hot and intense, that is a teacher. If you come into a space of somebody that's hot and intense, you don't have to fuck them.
Why not?
I know, right? There were so many hot and intense. They were teachers. They taught me something. Probably wasn't the lesson they came into my life to teach.
Honestly, it can be a byproduct.
Everybody taught. It's the lesson gonna get lesson. It's whether you receive it the easy way or the hard way, because God delivers curse and blessings at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna get this work, especially if you're on a mission, right? If you came here to mill around, because there's some of us that came here to mill around, but those of us who came here on mission.
You said mill around like the millings? Or what does mill around, like go around? Oh, what does that mean?
Just milling around.
So is that a milling?
I don't know what the hell a milling
The
is.
thing that I told you that
A
goes
lemur.
No.
A milling.
Millings are like little
You literally
rodents.
have a phone.
I'm asking you what you mean.
Who are the ones that run off the side of the...
Millings.
They're not millings.
Yes, they are.
No,
Lemmings.
they're not. Lemmings. Lemmings. I was like, no, because I call people these, and it's not a milling. That is not registering for me.
Lemurs.
Lemurs.
I was like, huh?
Lemurs. What are they called?
Lemmings.
Lemmings.
I thought you were saying that.
No.
Okay. Wheeling around.
Milling around would be The Walking Dead until somebody...
Hey. Guess what mommy's new name is?
He just woke up. He was like... and went to the bathroom. My service is nervous.
He said, new name.
My service is nervous. What does that mean?
My service is nervous.
It's not acting the way it's supposed to.
Oh, she's saying, yeah, her service, her phone connection.
I build a life that honors, this is her definition of love is kind. I build a life that honors my needs first. I share my abundance. Would you like to elaborate, Adoy?
No, interpret.
Willing to, interpret? Oh, so you're growing my brain. Okay. Just why you sit down and do activities with your children. Because they grow you, you grow them. I was just going to read her definitions, but now she told me I got to think. Ugh. I use my brain.
Right. As many times as kids get told to think, and we're not supposed to show any reaction.
Yeah. I build a life that honors my needs first. I share my abundance. Well, first, I receive this as, in order to share your abundance. Hey! My new name is Queen Mother. Don't call me mom anymore, okay?
Or she won't answer. She won't even know who you're talking to.
You can even nickname it because I'm a nicknamer.
QB,
Q-Bizzle, whatever you got.
wait.
QM.
Yeah.
QM. I'll be a QB too. He just shut the door on me. The disrespect to the queen. I just don't get it. Let me log out and log back in. We here, Metro. All right, so first, in order to share in your abundance, you must experience abundance. So, in order to put the weight of sharing your abundance on your back, you got to be top tier. So you can't be slacking if you plan on sharing abundance.
Right.
So self-care, care of self first is what it is.
That's why I feel like I need help. I need another plan talk of self-care. Cause I'm ready to elevate.
Somebody want to heal? Oh, you want me to heal you because you're selfish.
Well, you want to heal together or not?
I want to heal one of y'all. Anybody got a problem y'all need to solve? Let's go. Then she said, willing to give my last to any and all. Listen to this, y'all. Oh, 19-year-old. This is what patience kindly expressed looks like.
Have you seen Aladdin? This is what I grew up on.
Have I seen Aladdin?
Yeah.
I have. Willing to give my last to any and all. Understand to release is to receive in tangent. You want me to translate those non-words there? Non-tangent? What the hell is in tangent?
Hey Siri.
You trying to use big ass words?
What does tangent mean? Hey Siri. What does tangent mean?
You be pissing me off when Siri don't listen. Y'all Siris don't be listening? Oh, shifty. Willing to give my last to any and all. Understand to release is to receive in tangent. Understand to release is to receive in tangent. I know what you mean. It's one and the same. It's one and the same as what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, so
one of one.
To release and to receive, that's how you stop the flow.
You think stop? I think it's how you create flow.
Boom, boom. No, I'm talking myself back. You know how they say, when you hold on to things, you stop the flow of things. That's why it might say not to be miserly in the Bible. I don't know. But when you hold on to things, you stop the flow of things, but people don't see that. People don't know that. They see it. Their freaking life shows them in front of them, so they see it, but they don't see it enough where it connects within themselves to know that, to check themselves enough that they're causing their own blockage in their lives. And so to release is to receive. And that is the flow. And who knows, it's not release, receive. I release $1, I get $1 back. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You may release something that somebody else needs, but you don't even know what you need to receive. I'm telling you, I'm watching Hierarchy on Netflix, and I'm like, I didn't even know people were this goddamn wealthy. Hey, Anita.
Hey, Siri.
Class is in session. Get your pen and paper.
What's the definition of envy?
One, two, three. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. All right, friend. So I wanted to share our patient and kind homework that we were working on. I hope those of you who are working on your new definition of love, start whenever. We're doing it till the end of the year. But you guys are really digging into it. And this week you spent time practicing patient love. And whatever that looks like for you, right?
Don't worry, guys, you have one more day.
You have one more day. Tomorrow we're kicking in the kindness of love. So tonight, define how you can, if you're just jumping in at kind, because who said you could do this. However, the way my brain works, I want to memorize all of the 15 attributes of love, so that any given time I'm like, am I expressing these different things? And then when I actually get to the week where we're focused on it, I've already been practicing expressing it, and so because of the practice, the goal is growth. So I'm not practicing to stay the same, but this is why we practice, right? Yeah, some of us are so brilliant we don't need to practice. I don't have to prep for this shit. I could just turn the camera on and it goes. I don't need to practice. But what I'm saying is, for anything to continue to get better, you must practice, which is visualization, which is pretending, which is creating a foundation for you to now, when you do get in the game, you got something to stand on. While everybody isn't practicing, because everybody isn't Allen Iverson, while everybody isn't practicing, they are stuck on the same foundation, but they wish they were getting higher. But the motherfuckers who actually practice, that practice is another level of foundation other motherfuckers can't even get on because they're not willing to practice. I'm a ashe myself. Shit, because I feel that it can change from time to time. Ashe, Lonnie. See, I don't know if I'm still going to be Lonnie or you got to call me Queen Mother. You got to oscillate between the two.
Queen Lonnie.
Queen Mother. Just the times you feel like calling me Mom are the times you call me Queen Mother. All right. At any time if somebody got a question, I am here to heal you. But what were we talking? Okay, Queen Mother, let's go, Matra. High five. All right, so we were talking about souls. I told y'all this is from my when I broke from physical reality era. So this is where this conversation's coming from. Thank you for my crown. But you keep giving me my apples. I like it, but we're transitioning to Queen Mother. As the apple turns, is almost out, y'all. I'm so over this little platform. I'm ready to blow. I'm ready to move into the world's educator. I finally done figured out how to teach. Like, why am I not teaching every fucking second I open my mouth on this app? Like, I have been, but I've been passively teaching. I'm now letting you know, get your motherfucking pen and paper. Stop wasting your time. And let's grow. Ask a fucking question so I can answer it for you. Don't waste this access point to me. And those of you who see what's in front of you, do not get into my DMs. Those of you who are in the community. This is something I charge $222 for now that I used to charge $60 for, that I used to give away for free. Trust me, where this gift is going, do not take this for granted. Metra, you got my ear. Anita, you got my ear. Sarah, Coco, you got my ear. If you have a question, ask that shit, either privately or publicly.
Next.
Love does not envy. I am aware of the impact and energy I carry in relationship. Relations. All right. I know focusing on me grows my value. Thinking of others' attributes is distracting. Did you want me to translate that?
No.
Okay.
Do you feel it aligns with envy?
It's a lot to take in. So, see, there's levels to the... All right, so I think on multiple levels.
Right. Thank you, honey.
That's why if you ever reach out to me and I don't get back to you, it's because I'm not ready to think on the level you're asking me for. But understand, I saw it and it'll pour out of me some way. So it'll either pour out of me in a book. It'll pour out of me on a long-ass Facebook post. If you guys aren't following me on Facebook, I am a riot. If you are a reader, get your asses over there because I'll be like, post-Satan that brain. You know.
Y'all run.
Can love always be patient?
Yes. Always. It always has to be patient and kind, or you're not living in the envisionment of the Bible.
Ugh. I didn't mean to hit you in your mouth, but you just knocked me out of door. Because I was about to say it doesn't have to be, but it does. But in it not having to be, there has to be a love expression of holding somebody accountable.
Yes, that's the whole principle of the Bible. We can't. That's why people are so upset about virgins and non-virgins and all these other ungodly.
Metra said because they believe it can change from time to time. Now, Adoy is correct. If we are choosing to live in accordance to God's word, we all can choose what path we want to walk. Look, I am human and my brain needs a fucking path to follow. I am a herd. Yes. But in my herding,
that's horrible.
No, it's the truth. If I don't admit that I still need a guidebook. I do. How I choose to interpret this guidebook is up to me. Y'all use the guidebook, but you interpret it according to how they tell you in their dictionary. But if you take the guidebook and you interpret it, that is that moment that this book opens up and it makes perfect sense. So if you're still not figuring out how to interpret this, it's because you still know God as they told you to know God. And you must break from reality, literally, in order to truly get to know God. Because the reality, which can be confused with real, is altered. Michael knocked my socks off the other day. He came in my room and he was like, Mom, why do they call it life? And I was like, oh shit, somebody finally done asked me a question I can't answer. And I was like, calm down, Lonnie. Just marinate. Why do they call it life? Think about your answer. Why do they call it life? There's an answer. Think about it. I'm going to be silent for the ones that need silence to think for about 30 seconds. And then I might give my answer.
I'm going to leave after this, Mom.
We're being silent for the silent thinkers. Oh, selfish ass. Oh, let's talk about the soul. All right, she distracted me. Why is life called life? That's what my son asked me. He said, Mom, why is life called life? Living for the essence of eternal life, living for the essence of eternal life. Y'all know my brain be going, why is life called life? We need to start coming to school. What's a good time for y'all? I could commit to at least, well, right now I'm excited, so I'll come to school every night, but what's a good time for y'all? We come to school and we could just learn, why is life called, and then y'all gonna get me flued out to y'all city so we could pack out the venue and do this live. Why is life called life? Now, I'm sorry if this is backwards, and I love that this question came from a 7-year-old. This is prior to me changing my name to Queen Mother. So life is called life, living for the essence of eternal life this time. Ooh. See, I be letting y'all, I was gonna say, Metro, do you want to come on? You don't have to put your video on, but then I be letting y'all on, and then y'all just be taking over the live, and then I gotta be a good host, and I'm just like, oh, she's just so long-winded, but I know she just wants her stage, so let's just have her stage. And then y'all say y'all gonna respect it, and then you just take all the time up, and I'm just like, sis, I get it. I do it too. No, go ahead, teacher. All right, so here we go. Living for the essence of eternal life. Any other answers? Bueller? Anybody got some answers? Why is life called life? And I'm gonna write my my answer. Now I can't spell, y'all. I am a person who has no desire to overcome her spelling limitation at this time.
Oh, right, Lonnie.
Shut up. I hate your judgment.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything, I know. Love is patient. Love is kind. Was that a kind expression of love?
Yeah, so you're doing great.
It gets used with Ooh, I'm about to knock y'all socks off because I knocked my own socks off. Why is life called life? Hold up. It's because it easily gets confused with living. Right? My God. Do y'all get it?
Confusion? Where's the confusion lay, Lonnie? Please tell us.
Double tap the screen if you understand what I mean. Life is called life because it's easily confused with living. That is the most brilliant answer because life is lifing. Life is happening. This is life. What you do with this life is living. But if you think what you're doing in life is living, you will never live. Double tap the screen if you understand what I mean now. Some of you are existing present day, thinking you're living your life, but you're doing nothing today different than you did yesterday. Those of you who are on this live, you are doing something tremendous for your life right now. And I repost all of my lives on YouTube, LoneeAppleton Live. So hop over there. If you missed any of my previous lives, you could actually see the growth and the becoming of this person you see before you. I used to sit on live like, yeah.
And then what happened, Lonnie? What made you break out your shell, Lonnie?
What made me figure out who the fuck I am?
Hey, Siri.
My community. Every single one of you in the... hey, Queen. Hey. How you doing? Y'all check out SVG On Demand. Sis be over there making the dope logos, looking situations. I can't really get on it, but go check sis out is all I'm saying. You know, this person you see before you has been built by you. Do you understand that I would not be sitting here talking to this screen right now if you weren't double tapping the screen, if you weren't talking to me, if you weren't engaged, if that number wasn't steady where it's at? Do you know this is the longest I've had people on my lives?
Are you serious? Stop saying this type of stuff.
No, this is brilliant. I finally tapped into my ikigai.
But you can't be saying that.
I can acknowledge that my growth. Can I acknowledge where I came from? Now let this be the last time I said it.
Mom, should we get the pedicure machine?
For who? Now?
No, like, I'm thinking, like, it's an investment.
Oh, yeah. We should definitely get you together.
Well, all of us.
Thank you, sis. She says she's so proud of me and I'm killing it and she's seen the change. See, and it feels so good because SVG On Demand, I respect you in a way that I want you to see me, if that makes sense. Like, there's some people you respect, but there's some people, for some reason, when they respect you, it's a form of validation. And you were one of those people where it's like, for you to say that you see me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing something. And I think it's because people see you. And so and I feel unseen.
Hey, Siri.
Which is a limitation within myself.
Honestly, I feel
but
like
you
cleanse, Mom.
Well, then cleanse me, shit, whatever the hell that means. I'm open for it. She always just want to point out, can I be in my honesty?
You just sound very sad.
No, I sound like I'm teaching.
No, but like, how do you...
I'm teaching. Can you let me teach? You are in a classroom right now and you are interrupting the teacher. I am literally plugging into my audience and showing my vulnerability so they can understand that I too see that there's people who are doing things that I desire to do and they're doing it. And I'm telling them how to overcome it, but first I have to find an anchor point for them to feel me and understand me and be like, me too, sis. I can't just come in with solution. Bitch, how?
It just doesn't sound like...
I have to paint the picture. Let the bitch paint the picture.
But it's a different point of view than I've seen.
Somebody come get this kid.
It's weird. It just sounds very sick-minded. Like, very sad. Woe is me.
Yes. That is where you maybe have seen me complain. Because I've complained around you. And this would be a form of complaining if I was not moving into solution. But I have to acknowledge that, sis, this is my vulnerability point so that now sis can attach to me and now I can take sis where she needs to go. So now sis can overcome something for herself because she saw a fellow sis that she saw something inside of her and she allowed her to elevate her. So when I saw Savage SVG doing what I want, having success doing what I want.
Right.
A form of envy, respect, desire, all the things, but it's all the things. Yes, love does not envy, but Metra, here's your answer. Yes, love does not envy. But there has to be a space of envy within there to pull you to want to become that. Now, you are not so full of envy that you despise or you prey on the downfall or you do not hope for sis. No matter how that manifests, because some of us are out here, go sis, go sis. Meanwhile, you hoping she fails.
But why?
Because you don't see yourself in her.
So we're supposed to see ourselves in other people to provide support?
You have to see your potential. We are physical beings, which means we must see things in the physical world. I had to break from physical reality and move into my spirit self. So now I can see life in the physical and the spiritual world. But also I understand that we must see a physical representation of things. This is why God gave us Jesus. Jesus is not the way. Jesus is for those who need a physical representation because they cannot believe in God on God alone. And that is what that is.
Right. So,
I mean no disrespect.
It was nice talking with you. I finished my no carbs. We will continue tomorrow.
I'll finish mine as well. Just those 4, right?
Yeah, and you have to do them with Dre and Angel. So either wait till Dre gets home to do it, or do you want Dre to do this?
Yeah, it would behoove me for my husband to redefine love at the same time I redefining
but
love.
You can't coach him through it. You gotta give him the 4 and have him write it down and give him the little list of you, others, environment, whatever you have.
Yeah.
Give him those.
But then that would go back into my definition of patience is being present and allowing the moment to happen.
Well, do you have to honor your patience?
And taking time to listen and see what's going on before reacting. So I wouldn't guide him through what his definition of patience would be. It would be me accepting, as long as he gives me more than a word. I will not accept a word from anyone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I challenge you and ask you to define the word, you can. You know what it symbolizes, you know the energy of the word, but you don't really know what the word means. So now once we start defining the words in our lives.
What does the word smile mean?
What does smile mean? I think it means you're welcoming.
Ugh.
It means that you're open to others. It can also mean deception. Like, what does the word smile mean to you? These are all opportunities to grow your brain and your mental capacity. Understand, dementia isn't because you like to do word puzzles. Once you learn and train your brain to do something, then you learn and train your brain to do something. I am going to learn and train my brain to think. At the rate that I think, my brain is training to do it. So at some point, what I'm doing will stop stimulating my brain, and my brain will become susceptible to death.
Uh-oh.
But you have to understand that
this life path is inevitable, and we are simply just flesh.
we are simply just flesh.
Lonnie?
But we can prolong this flesh experience as long as possible. Yes, Adoy.
Can you hold on, please?
Yes, dear.
Love you very much.
I love you as well. Please let that dog out of here. Anyway, I got sidetracked, y'all. Hold up. It says, sometimes a smile is the mask I wear. Ooh. Yeah. Pretending to be in the space you're in. Who are you pretending for, though? That would be the next question. Who are you pretending for? Are you pretending for yourself, or are you pretending for them? Because if you figure out who, what, when, where, why, and how, if you figure out all of those things, well, who are you trying to protect? Y'all got y'all's pen and paper? Who or why are you wearing the mask for, Sarah? That's your question. Anita, your question is, who are you trying to protect? Answer those questions. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Hopefully you're still here when I get back. Are we healing or not? I'll be back.
Yeah.
After I go to the restroom.
Is this gonna be a long conversation?
You literally came in here to ask me to have a conversation, and now you're rushing the conversation.
No.
That right there, you need to check yourself. Don't make an excuse for it. Understand that you came and asked for something, and you're literally either, are you asking, I have 15 minutes and you want me to respect your time, or are you literally going into the energy, which you were, you're wasting my time already for something you asked for. These are the contradictions of self you need to pay attention to.
Whatever. He never had a good education.
Energy, my bad. Go, I'm not talking to you. You're an energy hog.
Me?
No, your sister. Nobody likes an energy hog. All right, what do we got? People's feelings, because I can be rough with my mouth. All right, so we are protecting people's feelings because you can be rough with your mouth. Do you like being rough with your mouth? That's a yes or no, so you can write that one real quick. Do you like being rough with your mouth? And it can be a pie chart. So that's you, Sarah. We have a pie chart, right? Because I like getting them up put together too. So we have to determine how much of the time do we want to be rough with our mouth, and what percentage of the time do we want to do something different. We don't know what different is. We'll figure that out later. So we need to define Sagittarius tongues. The Sagittarius have tongues. I'm an Aries. These Aries are So while we wait for her yes or no or some percentages or we get some information, how was your birthday party?
You already asked me this, but
we're walking you back. So I'm gonna ask you questions that I've already asked you. But at this time I want answers. I asked you, initially.
It was fun.
No, don't cut me off. I'm letting you know what's transpiring right now. So the question I'm asking was, how was your party? And the lesson I want to teach you is gratitude, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we know what our target point is. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is my first. I don't know, I don't know if it's Spirit. I believe it's Spirit that told me to tell you what our objective is, because it's important for us to know where we're headed. But my mind says I shouldn't tell you where I'm trying to take you, because then you'll try to force me there. But no matter how you try to force me there, I'll pick up on what you're doing and I'll pivot back to my agenda. So I'm not worried about you knowing what my objective is. It's important that you know that's what I'm trying to get you to accept and understand. So we're good there. I'm going to outfox the fox every time. All right. So initially I asked you how was your party, because I was assessing where you were. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's why I allowed you to say what you said, leave the room, because I was like, if this does not happen, I'm going to have a problem. But I shouldn't have a problem. I should see a growth point for you, because you should have did something that I feel you should have done based on the person I am raising you to become. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that said, yes, I asked you before, but I'm asking you again, how was your party? And you have to speak up.
It was fun.
It was fun.
But it was annoying when you hogged my party.
It was fun, but it was annoying when?
You hogged my party.
When?
Spending 10 minutes on one person talking what they want to do.
I hogged. You're getting ahead of yourself. Your party. If you want to be heard, you got to allow me to process what you're saying to me, right? Mm-hmm. So do you need a pen and paper so you can write your thoughts down? Spending 10 minutes on a person talking about them, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to go to it was fun. That is going to be the first thing that we identify. What made your party fun?
My friends. And we had fun.
Made your party fun. My friends. And what?
And we had fun.
We had fun. What do you think? What was fun? Define fun. What about your party was fun?
We got to
for you. Okay, so I'm gonna add another criteria. What do you think was fun to you, and what do you think was fun to them? Those are the two categories that I would like to know the fun was.
The water balloons.
Water balloons.
The water balloons.
So water play.
Going to the park.
Going to the park.
And singing music.
The park. Singing music.
That was in general.
That was in general? What was fun to you?
What I just said.
What was fun to your friends?
What I just said.
Why would playing in the water be fun?
Because we're playing in the water and it's outside. And we're throwing water balloons at each other.
Have there been times that you've been playing in the water and it wasn't fun? And it's hot outside?
It's because my friends are there. It's the same answer as before. It's because my friends are there. We were playing.
But no, my question is, you said you had fun because you were playing in the water, and you said because it was hot. And you were playing. And so my next question would be, has there ever been a time that you were outside playing in the water and it was hot, but you were not having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the difference between this time and that time?
My friends were there.
Okay. The difference. My friends are there. Hold on. All right. Do you think everybody was having fun? If you can close your eyes and visualize, do you think everybody was having fun when you were playing with water, or was there some people who were kind of standing off to the side?
Everybody.
Okay. All right. So going to the park. Same questions. Why?
Everybody.
Did you want to have the conversation, or you just want to throw everybody at me?
You said same question, so I was already answering the question before you had to ask it.
Everybody what?
Everybody had fun.
All right, singing music. Survey the room. Was everybody having fun, or were there some people sitting off to the side? Now, I was there for that. So if you give me any answer that I know to be true, I know that you're not putting any thought into this and you're wasting my time. So did you want to have this conversation or not?
Yes.
And I was there. So for me to say, hey, I need you to think deeper without explicitly saying it, I was there. And so I want you to play the room back in your head. I have it on video if you'd like.
Maybe Olivia didn't have fun.
No, that wasn't my question.
But you asked if everybody had fun. No.
That was not my question. My question was, if you survey the room, was everybody involved, or were there people standing off to the side? And that would be playing water. That would be at the park. And that would be singing music.
There are people standing off to the side, Mom.
Okay. On all occurrences, or just singing music?
Just singing music, Mom.
Per my observation, I observed otherwise during the water play, and I was not present for the park. But I already made my parallel, so we're good.
What did you observe to the water play?
I observed your male friend.
Who? Aiden.
How many male friends were there? And if I was going to say the name, I would have said the name, but I'm omitting names if that's okay with you.
He was sitting. He was the one playing. It was him and Bella. They're the reason why there was no more water balloons because they spilled them at each other, and he was drying off in the sun.
Okay, I'm just saying what I observed, and what I observed as well is he just actually left the party at some point. That's what I observed. And usually you don't want people to leave your party. Maybe you don't know or you have yet to learn. Let me make sure I choose my language correctly. Maybe you haven't observed enough parties to understand what party decorum looks like. I have been to quite a few parties, and I've observed parties where people are just standing on the wall. I've observed parties where people are, like the walls are sweating. I've been to parties where it's a riot and a hoot. I've been to all kinds of different parties. I've been to scandalous parties. I've been to parties I had no business being at. I've been to every single party there is, except for maybe a presidential party, and I probably don't want to be at that one. But if y'all want to invite me, go on. I'll be there. But you don't really have a frame of reference. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
So you only have the parties that you've seen on TV to compare your party to. Have you actually been to any parties?
No.
Like, you've been to birthday parties, like kid parties. I'm talking about a teen party. You just hosted your first teen party. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
The vibe compared to the vibe that you've been to previously, would you say the vibe is the same, the vibe was worse, or the vibe was better?
Better.
Alright, and it says, what made it better?
I don't know.
Think about it. How can you recreate something if you don't think about it?
Because people came. I don't know.
Vibe was better. You've been to parties where the room was full of people.
But there weren't people that I knew. The only probably most I go to birthday parties and stuff. There's people I don't know. It's not my
No,
birthday.
it's not about that. It's about the vibe. You've
So
gone
what
to
was
birthday.
different about
You've
the vibe?
gone to birthday parties and not known one person there except for the birthday person, and you've had a blast, right? You've had fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got a video of you being at your cousin's birthday party. You don't know nobody there, and you having a blast, swinging and having all kinds of fun. So you don't have to know anyone in the room to have fun if the vibe is right. Can we agree upon that?
Mm-hmm.
So stop tricking yourself into thinking I have to know who's in the room. You're in the room. You can choose to affect the energy in the room. You can be another person in the room that has lower vibrational energy, or you could be another person in the room that's like, shoot, I left my house. I might as well have fun. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that's just like, oh, nobody else is doing anything, so I'm not going to do anything? Or do you want to be the person like, I'm out, I'm here. I came to have a good time, so let's have a good time. And you can choose to be a little bit of both, but what percentage of the time are you going to be the wallflower? And what percentage of the time are you going to be the person that goes and gets what you actually came out here to get?
50-50.
All right. So 50% of the time, I think that's a cop-out.
What?
You're not holding yourself accountable if you give yourself 50-50 because sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't.
What's the problem with that?
You should always be trying to do a little bit more than you're not doing it. That's called self-discipline. Now, if you were 100% or more on the other side, you're not trying at all, but 50-50 is like, shit, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, because this is just your character right now because you've been raised to this point. But if you want to raise yourself further, I have raised you as far as I can raise you. when you transition from that childhood brain into that I think I'm grown brain, which is where you're at, I've lost control of you. Now I can only work with you if you trust me enough to allow me to teach you. Otherwise, you'll reject everything I say to you. You can't be 50-50 if you're trying to continue growing yourself beyond where I've taken you. What is your goal? And how many times you gonna kick my thing before you realize I need to stop kicking my foot out like that? This is self-awareness.
I don't know now.
Don't say I don't know. If I'm wasting your time, you can go. But we'll continue this conversation whenever you're ready. Because you're gonna learn gratitude.
I said I don't know. I don't want to be out there and do all that. If I'm there, I want to be there. I don't want to be doing all that.
Doing what's all that? Doing what?
You said like being like a party and stuff like that. I don't want to do that.
Enjoying yourself doesn't have to be, hey guys, look at me.
That's how you made it out to be.
No, that's how you received it, which means I have to drill down more. Because someone who has a larger frame of reference besides what they've seen on TV, they understand being the life of the party just means you give life to the party. You don't take away from the party. You don't be the reason why the party is dead air. Everybody's standing around. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be a spectacle of yourself if that's not your personality trait. But if you left your house to attend an event, why not when the comedian tells a joke, laugh? There's people who actually go to comedy shows and don't laugh. If you go and pay X amount of dollars to go see your favorite artist and you stand in the crowd like, impress me, like you wasted your money. Why do you want to be that person? Just like I told you when we were in the car. If you kind of like the song, is it a better use of your time to sit in the back of the car and be like, I don't want to be here? Or is it a better use of your time to be like, well, I'm here. I actually do want to enjoy time with my sister and my mom. I do kind of like this song. Why not make the best use of this time? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
How does it make sense?
Could you just explain it? Because
why is it important to make a better use of your time than just throwing it away? You can make sense of it however you want to, but make sense of it. That's how you demonstrate understanding. Repeating me back to me is just repeating me back to me. I'm listening.
Because well, you have to live life to the fullest and stuff like that, and like you have to like live life to the fullest, and you have to like appreciate things. You have to appreciate things.
Okay, so knowing that, are you in the space to receive that you just hosted your first teen party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So coming from the space of you just hosted your first teen party, what made the vibe better than, say, a previous party?
I don't know. People are doing random stuff.
What's random stuff?
Just stuff. I don't know, Mom. It's like
You don't.
like people are doing different things.
What?
Different things.
So they had different activities to do?
Yes.
Okay. Use your words. You have a brilliant vocabulary. So people doing. So you like the. Oh, okay. Doing different activities. You know what we should do after this? We should watch the video back.
I don't want to.
Oh, but we will.
I don't want
You've entered. You asked to have this conversation with me, so you have to have it my way.
the conversation, not the video.
Oh, but it's a part of the conversation. We must study and watch so that we can see that which I'm saying to you is true. Girl, you know it's true. All right, so vibe was better. People doing different activities. Okay. What was the energy of the people doing the activities? Were they vibrant, jovial? Were they, was it like?
They were having fun.
They were having fun. So the key was they were having fun. They were having fun. Was your fun contingent? Do you know what that word means?
No.
Was your fun dependent on the people at your party having fun?
Yes.
What percentage?
What?
Hold up. Was your having fun dependent on your guests having fun? All right, so a percentage of your having fun at your party, I think, should have a little bit of this is I'm having fun and a little bit of they're having fun. You know what I'm saying? Because look, if you're at your party but you're like pay to play friend and people are at your party because you paid them to be there, like, oh, we're so good, and everybody shows up because you paid, free party. You're not having fun at your party. They're having fun, but you're not because they're not there for you. They're there for the free stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, how much of your fun at your party was contingent or dependent on their having fun and you having fun? Out of 100%.
How much of my fun?
How much was, hey, I'm having fun? And how much of it was, oh, everybody's having fun?
60-40.
Who's 60?
Everybody's having fun.
So you cared more about everybody else's experience than your own.
Yes, now you see me going in and out the house, filling up the water gun so everybody else can play with them.
No, I love that expression of you making and taking care of your guests. Good job. Go off. All right, so 40 was my fun. 60 was their fun. All right. So with that said, does my about, no, it should be off at now. Anyway, 60, 40. All right, so I'm going to read this to you now, okay? I'm going to tell you a story. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's a story of gratitude. We started this was, how was your party? And you said it was fun. But it was annoying when I, Queen Mother, hogged your party, spending 10 minutes on a person talking about them. And I said, okay, this is the space that I want to work on with you. You finding it annoying that I hogged your party. So I asked you, what made your party fun? Please stop banging it on the floor. You're interrupting my story time. I said, what made it fun? And you said, my friends and we had fun. What did you do to have fun? You said water play, going to the park and singing music. I said, why water play? Because it was hot and you were playing. I said, were there other times that you've been outside playing in the heat and you were playing in the water? You said, yes. Were those times fun? You were like, no. That's not exactly how it went down, but you were there the first time. That got us to the difference is my friends are there. Was everyone having fun? Yes. Per you. The next thing on our list was going to the park. This is another thing that I did not observe firsthand, so I have to take your word for it. You said, boom, we don't even need to go down. Boop, 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 everybody have fun. Can you please stop banging that shoe on the floor? That is the leveling up we need to do. The last thing we talked about was singing music. I said, were there people standing off to the side? You're like, yeah, there were people standing off to the side. I made another point. And then we jumped into the fact that you just hosted your first team party. Before we even get to that point, I want to make the point that water play happened before I intervened in your party. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Pick your head up and show me respect like you want to be a part of this conversation. Water play. That was when I was still in the shower and, prepping and all those different things. I wasn't involved in your party, and the adults were inside and the kids were outside. Mm-hmm. At that point, was that energy a kid birthday party or was it a teen party energy?
Teen party.
You think that was teen party energy?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all literally were outside in the sun playing Twister. That's teen party energy. We can't go inside because the adults are inside. Think about a kiddie party and think about a teen party. Do you think at a teen party the kids are restricted outside to play Twister in the grass?
I think it was a teen party because we were only playing Twister for 5 minutes and then we got tired of it.
So you're identifying of a teen party as getting sick of something after 5 minutes and you want to go do something else?
The idea of a teen party that we had fun playing water games and water balloons.
Okay. Have you ever been to a teen party? Because you just said yours was the first one you attended, right? I'm just asking a question. No, I asked you. I was like, have you ever been to one? And you said no. And I said, well, you just do your first one. Congratulations. It's on video. We could always run it back now. But my point is, I've been to teen parties. Oh, the freak trains. I've been to teen parties. And I can tell you that running around the backyard playing Twister, that was some little kiddie birthday shit stuff, and that's okay. Understand that your party was on its way out. It was fizzling, and it was fizzling bad. And I have it all on video so we can watch it. This isn't me just talking stuff. And my intervention saved your birthday party. So, when everyone...
It was me. Technically, it was me. I'm the one that introduced the music. Introduced the idea. I said, let's do karaoke.
You did. I'm not taking away from you. I'm teaching you gratitude. Because even in that explanation that I gave you, you could have jumped to, you know what, you're right, Mom, but I still got to walk you further back for you to understand what I'm saying. But you should have been like, I can see how you contributed to this and explain to me, no, I don't want you to repeat me back to me. I need you to demonstrate understanding and and you need to understand. So the next thing on our list was going to the park. Everyone had fun. This was after the singing, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we said singing music, and you said there were people off to the side. So you understand, when you came in and introduced karaoke, you yourself wouldn't even go. You were looking for somebody else to go. It's your party. Who's going to break the ice and get the party hopping if not you? That's a question. It is your party. Who's supposed to get it popping if not you? Who's supposed to set the tone for your party?
Is that a question?
I literally said this is a question.
Me.
Okay. So if you're standing off to the side, okay guys, what song? Okay guys, what song? Okay guys, what song? Who wants to go first? Okay guys, what song? If that's what you're doing, what are you demonstrating for your guests?
That no one's paying attention to me.
Excuse me? You speaking to your feet?
That no one's paying attention to me.
That no one's paying attention to you? Is that what you want at your party?
No.
So how do you get some attention at your party? What are some ways so we can find some authentic ways for you to know to get attention at your party, at someone else's party? Let's find some authentic, healthy ways to gain attention so you know how to do it going forward, so you don't feel like your mother is taking over, because that's not at all what I did. I saved your party. So I had to go around the room and, sorry, even before that, I said, I'll do a song. I don't mind making a fool of myself. I know I can't sing, but I'm an actress. Sometimes you gotta tap in your bag. You like being on stage. You like acting. This is your time to act and nobody point it out to you like you're being weird. This is your chance to completely go full and people ain't gonna do nothing but clap for you because, dang, okay, go off character. So this is, you don't only get to act on stage. There's times in your lives where you can, in your life where you could jump into a character. And when it was time for me to sing karaoke, damn it, I was Keisha Cole. Which broke the ice between the adults and the children. So now the adults are starting to get involved. Understand that if the adults are bored, the kids leave, right? So it's not only for you to entertain the kids, it's also for the adults to have a good time, because as long as the adults are having a good time, the kids get to stay. Your party was supposed to end at 3 hours. Your party extended past that. Is that usual? Have you ever seen a parent come inside to pick their kid up and then join the party? Not be in the room and wait for their kid, actually join the party. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Neither have I, but it happened at your party. A lot of firsts that these kids experience happen at your party. And what caused that space to happen? What caused that space to happen for all of those kids to experience a first at your party?
You.
How so?
You contributed.
How so? What does contribute mean?
Because you're the one that was telling us to do things.
Okay, so you can acknowledge whether it be a 50-50 split, a 60-40 split. I personally think 90% of the vibe was me, because you literally told me to stop interacting with the people. So boom, here we go. Let's walk you down this way. Because now that we acknowledged the energy before was kitty birthday party vibe, I could be there, I could be here, I could not be here, doesn't matter. And the energy after at the park was after the whole singing situation. So everybody's energy is hyped up. But I literally have a video for 7 minutes where I'm asking people, come on, sing, come on, what did you come here for? 7 minutes. I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, you do it, I'm not doing 7 minutes. People are refusing to sing karaoke. Now, you as the host, if everybody is refusing to do an activity that you're suggesting, should you sit on that activity? Should you join in with them and say, I'm not doing it either? Or should you change the activity? Let's host a party. Do you stick to the activity when everybody says they're not going to do it, join in on the complaining, or switch the activity? What did you choose to do? Join in on the complaining, because you wanted to fit in. But fitting in this particular space stopped your flow. So you can't choose fitting in over your flow, especially when you're in control of the flow. Do you understand? Don't let other people control your flow in your space. They can control the flow in their space because they are now main character and you're now the supporting cast. But when you are the main character at your birthday party, you control the flow. So you had choices. At your level of navigation, if your friends say, okay, I don't want to do this, All right, what do we want to do? Let's find something we all want to do. Not you following everybody else and saying, okay, well, what do you guys want to do? It's okay, let's decide something that we all can do. That way you're still a part of the decision process. Maybe you chose something nobody else wants to do, and it doesn't have to be your way. Be open to, okay, what do we want to do? Not one person's like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is lame. Let's go do that. No. And pay attention to, like when old boy was like, let's go to the park. I'm over this. Okay, that's cool. You can suggest an alternative if you participated in what we did before. Oh, your friend who stuck her hand in that cup and stuck it into the whipped cream, that pissed her off. I don't know if you picked that up. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna say any names. The one who spent the night. She stuck her hand in that cup, and as soon as she got that stuff on her hand, she's like, I'm going to wash my hands. Like, it pissed her off, but she still participated. Which means if she comes up to you and she says, hey, this is what I want to do, you remember, hey, she did something she didn't want to do for me, so I can do something I don't necessarily want to do for her. And this is the problem you're running up with those other people that you said that they only want to do things their way. Is because they're not only, they may be doing things like, that person came to your birthday party, but I had to nag that person to actually participate at your birthday party. So it's not enough that person just showed up to your birthday party, but they also have to participate in the birthday party. That way, when they ask you to participate for them, you remember when they participated for you. But if they only showed up for you, but they expect you to participate, that's not equal energy. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So pay attention to how people show up for you. And some of those people showed up for you, i.e. the people who sung with you, the people who participated, whether they wanted to or not. Those are the people who showed up for you. Am I wasting your time because you seem extremely distracted? Okay, so every once in a while, show me you're paying me attention. You could do your version of respect sometime. I'm directing you. You could do your version of respect sometimes, but every once in a while, flip back into my version so I know that you're listening to me, okay? Because you were in that space way too long and it seemed like you were distracted. And at any time we could end this conversation. So just pay attention to how people show up for you. Because some of those people in the room were just in the room either because their parents made them, maybe because they thought other people were going to be there so they came. Some of them showed up because they didn't have nothing else to do. You could tell by the energy of the people in the room why they were there. But you can change the energy of every single person in the room, which is what I did. Before that party was over, I had the parents and the adults, the parents and the children rocking. And you said it was annoying. But you also said it's 60% that your guests are having fun. But you also said it was annoying when I spent 10 minutes talking to each person, asking them questions about themselves.
I said that was annoying.
But it was annoying when I hogged your party, spending 10 minutes a person talking about them.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
So if I took time to pay attention to your guests and allowed them to talk about themselves and their hopes and their dreams and what they want to be, to someone who is 60% important, their guest happiness, why is that annoying?
Because it wasn't relevant to the party.
Were they having fun? They would not have. So that's your 40% of your fun. But what's more important to you is your guest's happiness, correct?
There were people who were also bored.
No.
The only people.
So now you're looking at limitations.
You said that where people. Well, yes, the people liked when you were talking to them, but when it was others' turn, I wasn't the only one who thought that you spending 10 minutes on one person was a waste of time. And it's not like you were spending 10 minutes on one person in the middle of the party. It was the end of the party, and I was just trying to get the stuff done so people could leave.
And people stayed longer. This is probably the first party that people chose to stay longer at, and that's a problem for you?
No, I just didn't want people to be like, well.
But they weren't.
I had to stay.
But they weren't.
Okay.
Who has came back to you and be like, oh my God, I had to stay longer?
No.
Everyone wanted to stay, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what you feared, oh my gosh, I have to have all this done by 6 p.m. I created the energy to where those people stayed until you said it's time to go. I told you, now thank your guests and let them know the party's over. That's how your party ended. Most parties end because people just start leaving. Your party ended when you ended it. Which type of party do you want?
The party ended when I ended it.
And you have a problem with, no matter how much time I spent per kid, because I didn't spend 10 minutes per kid.
You not per kid, but you spent 10 minutes on one person. I was counting one.
Okay, there's a video. The point is, I allowed that person to blossom and grow and have a conversation they may never have another opportunity to have. Do you understand the little girl who came to your party simply because somebody else was at your party, left the party saying, I can't wait, I hope you're my substitute teacher?
Who?
I'm not going to tell you, but I'm sure you know who was at your party who really don't like you. If you got to think that hard, you're wasting my time. No, you don't have to say any names.
I didn't say anything. Never mind.
You don't have to say anything, but oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. If I'm literally trying to keep a name out, you like, well, how can I still say the name and not say the name? This is the level up process. If somebody is trying to avoid something, don't try to figure out a covert way to bring it up. That's what kids do. Adults make eye contact and like, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's where I need to be with you. So if your concern was 60% and you want to justify, look, when people aren't talking about themselves, they get bored. The crazy thing is, when I'm talking to you about yourself, you get bored. You got to figure that out. But when it's not about them, they get bored. But guess what? That's a part of growing up, because when you grow up, you realize if you're in the room to receive information, no matter who the person is talking to, the information is for you. So you can learn your lesson, you can learn their lesson, you can learn their lesson, you can learn their lesson, and you can learn their lesson. Have you ever been in a room and somebody told something to somebody else and you're like, ooh, I could use that? Has that ever happened?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're in a room with 13 people and I'm feeding into every single one of them. And if you chose, you could have heard their messages too and received their messages too. And everybody else in that room. But they probably checked out after their time. And that's nobody's fault. Do you think you deserve to be fed into, but your friend doesn't?
No.
Everybody deserves an opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why is it annoying that I talked to your friends about them?
Because I think 10 minutes is excessive. It's my time with my friends. The party I invited my friends is because I wanted them there. You didn't invite them. It was my party.
Okay, I understand your perspective. And do you understand that I would have never even entertained or interjected myself in your party if I didn't see your party failing?
Mm-hmm.
So at no point can you shift your energy into a space of understanding of why I did what I did. You want to be so solid on, it's my party and my friends and you shouldn't have did what you did. You want to be so solid in this space when you literally can see the reason why your party was successful was because I inserted myself. You can literally see, had I not inserted myself, that your party would have been over at the time that you said it was over, if not sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to receive that. So you're not ready to be in gratitude. So do not tell me thank you, because you don't know what you're thanking me for. Because for you to sit here and say, because, after we did all of this, you're still not receiving it. And this is in your words. This is in your words. And I used your words and I reflected them back to you and to let you know These are all the different reasons why I did what I did. And the benefits of why I did what I did.
I was telling you why I said what I said. You said you did what you did today, and I was telling you why. And I was telling you how I feel, and you said, well, you're not in gratitude. I'm gratitude that you did what you did when it comes to the music and stuff. But at that time, it was time. We were gonna open presents and get the cake and do cut bashing, and you literally cut me off. I was literally saying something and cut me off. And it went to you, and we had to do what you wanted to do.
I believe we did what your guests wanted to do. Because if your guests hadn't engaged with me, it wouldn't have went the way that it did. And this is once you come into a space of being able to read energy. I don't believe that you're in a space to read energy at the level that I read energy. So I will apologize for creating a space to where you felt like I was taking over your party. I can see where you're coming from. And I was very aware of you feeling that way. That's why when you said, Mom, yada, 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 I said, I'm teaching you how to engage your patrons, the people who came to your guests, that's the word. I'm teaching you how to engage them. Either you get up and engage them, or I'm demonstrating to you how. You pivot. Do you think kids will remember sticking their hand in a cup, or do you think they'll remember someone speaking life into them and helping them guide and direct their careers? What are they going to remember for the rest of their lives?
So speaking life to them and someone guiding their careers.
So I made your party memorable. I helped change your friends' lives. What your friends got at your party, they cannot go anywhere else and get. And the fact that you can't see that is wild. Plus, you still got to stick their hands in cups. You still got to open the gifts. You still got to sing happy birthday. You still got to cut the cake. You still got to take the photos. You still got to sit and have side conversations because people weren't ready to leave. You still got to do all those other things. So all the stuff that you're trying to be upset at me about, you still got to do. And people gladly did it. There were no parents standing there like, hurry up and cut this cake so I can go. Not one parent rushed out that door. So you still got to do the things that you got to do. Plus, your friends had a memorable experience. Your friends will remember this party for the rest of their lives. And it's not because they stuck their hand in a cup. It's not because they played in the water outside. They could do that anywhere. You got people who usually sit on a wall at a party, up off of the wall, participating. You got mothers and children partying together. You got mothers seeing their children for the first time as their child talks about who they want to be when they grow up. I don't know if you noticed, but cameras were being pulled out at your birthday party. Have you ever seen a camera pulled out at a birthday party? I sure as hell haven't. People were recording. Kids. I'm seeing from the adult perspective.
Yes.
Recording other people or recording themselves. That ain't normal for me. I haven't been in a space where people were like you see some fast cars driving down the street, so you want to record that to share with other people? People are recording your birthday party like that. You've reached that space at your level. That people are at your birthday party saying, hey, I'm at Angel's birthday party. That's what your party was like. I watched it. People recording your party because they were having that much fucking fun. And do you think it was because everybody was arguing back and forth about who was going to do karaoke first? Or do you think it's because someone went up to one of these children and says, what song do we have to play in order to get you up? Do you think it was somebody going to one of these kids and saying, hey, you're demonstrating to this young man that it's okay to play the sideline? Like, if your aspirations is to be a stand-up man, demonstrate that in everything you do. Or is he gonna remember, running around at the park? Those are all highlights. Or those are all things of the tapestry. Those are all important. But the experience matters. The things matter. This is the difference of paying thousands of dollars for decorations at a party, but that's what makes the party pop, versus the fucking experience was off this world. And we don't need none of that stuff. People are too invested in the things. The experience is irreplaceable. And the fact that you can't seem to understand that is wild to me. So I planted my seeds, and one day you will come to the space to realize what I did for you. And maybe, maybe not. There'll be a party or something in between time, and I will watch you crash and burn. I will not intervene at all because it's annoying, and you still believe it's annoying. So I will not. I will let you have your way, and I will watch you crash and burn. Some people learn because it's pointed out to them. Other people have to actually experience it. And after this conversation of me pointing this out to you in your words and you still don't understand, you're going to have to crash and burn to realize what I've done for you. And it shouldn't be okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this conversation? Okay. You need a copy of your life map? You should take copies of your life map so that you can actually grow yourself. And you can think these things through. And you should go journal about our conversation. What did you learn from this conversation? Because you may be too prideful to admit something in front of me now, but you don't get to write all this lovey-dovey stuff in these letters. That's why when I read that letter, I was just like, how much of this is your true feelings, or how much of this is melodic and poetic? I'm a writer too. I could string some words together too. And for you to sit here and not see my value.
No, I know, Mom. You were trying to interact with the guests. The guests want to say you contributed. I know you did stuff, but you don't get. You just literally when I told you that you cut me off, you just dismissed that fact. You didn't care. You kept continuing to the fact where, oh well, I was telling them this, and this, and they'll remember for the rest of their lives. Well, I'll remember for the rest of my lives. You cut me off when I was trying to enjoy my birthday. And you only talked to it. Spent like, and it's like it's not like you won't hang out with these kids next year. There's the exact same kids in the exact same building.
So, at your birthday party, just so you're aware of what my agenda was, because now we're moving into a space of compassion and understanding. My agenda at your birthday party was the enjoyment of your guests, not you. When you invite someone into your home, your objective needs to be their enjoyment. But the people that you invite into your home are people that enjoy the same things as you, so you're not going out of your way for their enjoyment. I didn't go out of my way for their enjoyment. I love karaoke. I love asking people about themselves. I love having people dig deep. I love building rapport with people. And people love that too. So for me, if I were to say out of 100%, how much of that party, because based off your understanding, how much of that party do you think I enjoyed?
The parts you were there.
So out of 100%, how much of that party was me having fun and how much of that party was me working? Think about all your parties up until this point. Where have I been every single party up to this point?
70%.
70% what?
Enjoyment. 30% working.
Okay, so think of every single party that you've had up until this point. You haven't had many. How many of those parties, and you can think about your sister's parties too, and your brother's parties, all parties. Besides these, we just have cake and ice cream, but actual parties, there haven't been many. But think about the ones. How involved am I in those parties? And how much am I just sitting at the table chatting up the adults? What do I typically do?
What is involved? What is involved? Talking to the kids or doing what?
Interacting with the kids, making sure the kids are having a good time, and how much of my time is spent sitting and talking to the adults.
My last party was 100% sitting and talking to the adults. You didn't even talk to anybody. You weren't there.
See, I wasn't even at the party. That's how much my involvement was. I left to go get the cake at your party. This party, I was 100% involved in the party. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the energy difference as well?
Mm-hmm.
You see the energy difference when I'm not involved and the energy difference when I am involved?
Mm-hmm.
I've completely become a different person since your last party, but the point is, when I became involved, that was work. That's not enjoyment. I had a good time because I love doing what I do. I didn't come in there and say, hey guys, let's put our hands through cups. Like, no. But I came in and did what I did. Y'all doing karaoke? Oh, I love a good character role play. I got into my role, which I enjoy, but guess what? I loosened up the energy in the room. I got almost every single person singing except for one person to perform a song after everyone in the room said they wouldn't. That could have been you, Angel. So if you're sitting here saying it's annoying when my mom gets the party popping, that means you got to figure out how to get the party popping. While I'm saying, hey, what do you need in order to yada, yada, yada? You need to be the one doing that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If you want people to sit on the wall at your party, allow them to. If you want people to get off of the wall at your party, you got to figure out how to get them off. I tried different techniques. Hey, y'all left the house. Like, y'all came here to sit on the wall? That didn't work. Then I had to go up to somebody and say, hey, what do I need to do? What song needs to be played? That didn't work. Then I say, yo, this young man is looking at you being a wallflower. You teaching him this is what, like, teach him how he's supposed to move at a party. That got him up. So you got to figure out how to reach people at your party. And I did that for you. And you should have been studying me instead of resenting me. Because if I hadn't did what I did, what would your party have been like? Be honest with yourself. You don't have to answer me, but spend time in your head and say, if I hadn't did what I did, what would your party have been like?
Boring.
So at some point, you can thank me. I don't want your gratitude now. No, you don't know how to thank me. For you to backdoor, that's what a backhanded compliment is. I'm thankful, but the moment you hit that but, you just canceled out the gratitude because you still feel justified. I get what you're saying. I even apologize for it. I'm sorry I cut you off. But if we're in a vibe flow, me and your sister tell you all the time, this is when you're killing the vibe. Yes, this is your birthday party, but their enjoyment is priority. And if I only talk to 5 kids, that's why as soon as your friend's mom showed up, I stopped talking to your sister and I ran over to her so she got her turn. I'm a teacher. I understand fairness. And it's not about amount of time, it's about engagement. I don't have to do 10 minutes here, I don't have to do 10 minutes here. I could do 2 minutes here, I could do 5 minutes here, I could do 6, whatever it takes to engage with this particular individual. And apparently it took 10 minutes with somebody. And I bet you that 10 minutes was a meaningful 10 minutes. And if any of those children went home and did the homework that I gave them, they're better for it. Like, your birthday party was a blessed event, down to what those people reached into those cups and got. I saw it. Your friend got the glittery ribbon I put in there as a joke, and she was like, ooh, I could put this in my craft box. These people literally got things that they wanted when they stuck their hand in that. And the people who were being assholes, when they stuck their hands in that, they got their hands messed up or they got a crap-ass booby prize. Like, pay attention to what was happening at your party. It was magical. And you can learn from it so that the next time I could be less engaged. You don't know I want to sit and powwow with the parents and grow myself? Meanwhile, I got to teach kids how to have fun? None of y'all know how to have fun. But I bet you if you threw another party, they would get more into fun faster. And if I got involved, I could continue to teach them. But I bet you by the fourth party they show up to that's yours, they know how to move. Why? Because you taught them through me. But if you don't even know how to be at a teen party, you're going to still be at kiddie parties and teen events. I'm done. All right. Have a wonderful day.
For me?